Senator Thune is going to be on with Greta Van Susteren. And she asked, hey, can you possibly compromise on tax cuts for the rich at all? And his answer is, hell no. Clip number 6.
Raise instead of doing it from 250,000, do it to $1 million?
I don't know why you have to create these artificial
So the answer is no?
distinctions. The answer is no. I mean, I think that what you want to do, if you believe that the best way to grow jobs and to grow the economy in this country is to keep taxes low and to allow small businesses, which are creating 2/3 and 3/4 of the jobs in our economy, to get out and do that, then the worst thing that you can do is raise taxes on them, which, if you raise them on those higher income levels, is what happens.
Man, there is no limit to it. You can say, hey, John Thune, how about if we only raise taxes on billionaires? The answer would still be hell no. Because who's the people giving the Republican Party money? Millionaires and billionaires. The guys who give them the most amount of money in the country are the Koch brothers, okay? They run Koch Industries. They're billionaires. The reason they give them all the money is so they can get their tax cut, so they can save hundreds of millions of dollars. So this isn't about helping somebody who's making $250,000 or $300,000. This is about helping the billionaires. So it doesn't matter what limit you put on it. John Thune will always say no. Now, Michelle Bachmann is going to come up with amusing nonsense lies to justify it. Look at how hard she struggles here. And then I'll tell you the reality after we watch this clip.
You signaled that you're willing now to accept a compromise, that you would be willing to have a temporary extension of the tax cuts for the wealthy, even though you prefer that it be permanent. Some Democrats are now saying they might be able to go along with that as well if it's tied to extension of the unemployment benefits that run out for millions of Americans on November 30th. Is that a deal you could support?
Well, remember what this really is a massive tax increase. It's President Obama's massive tax increase. That's what he's wanting going forward. None of us on the Republican side believe that anyone's taxes should go up. So it's important to characterize it for what it is. It is a massive tax increase 1 second after midnight on January 1st of 2011, and it will lead to tremendous job losses going forward. As far as a compromise goes, if I want to get the current tax policy extended as far into the future as we possibly can. If we can only get it extended for 2 years, I think that's great, but I don't think that the American people should have to pay for that by having to have some new massive spending tied to it. If that's the case, I don't think you're going to see the Republicans go along with it.
But why is it okay for the wealthiest Americans earning over $250,000 a year? And remember, the president has called for extending all tax cuts for those under $250,000, for them to get tax cuts extended, but for people who are out of a job and needing unemployment benefits not to have their benefits extended?
Well, remember again what this is. It's a massive tax increase, and it's on the people who are the job creators. And people want to think that these are millionaires sitting in leather chairs lighting their cigars with $100 bills. That's not what we're talking about. These are people who are carpet layers, who maybe employ 2 or 3 other guys, or a plumber, maybe himself and his brother, and it's $250,000 in gross sales for their business. They're the ones that are looking at massive tax increases.
All right, first let's start with the outright lies. She said, a plumber and his brother. Wait a minute. We're talking about raising taxes a tiny amount for money above $250,000 on personal income tax. You don't lump you and your brother in. It's you either make the $250,000 or you don't. What is the brother about? Oh yeah, if you put together my cousin, my aunt, and all these people, we're up to 200. No, that's not how it works. And second of all, it's not on businesses. So she's like, oh, if you got this carpet layer and he's got 2 or 3 people working for him, and then his business revenue is no. We're talking about income, personal income, not the revenue for your business. And second of all, JR, wasn't your dad a carpet layer? Was he putting away $250,000 every year?
I was one of his employees that he was paying $300,000 a year.
There ain't no such thing, man. Look, and she says, oh, us protecting the millionaires, the people smoking the cigars. Oh, we would never dream of it, of course not. Now, mind you, at the same time, she said, did you hear what she said about unemployment? Look, if you're unemployed, sad day for you. I'm going to cut your benefits, man. You're gone, okay? Your benefits, OVAH, OVA, okay? I'm going to take all that money and I'm going to give it to the top of the bracket. Look, do you know that the top 0.1% with the Bush tax cuts that she's talking about would get $330,000 on average for every household? That number is so large, it hurts the head to think about. So those cigar-smoking rich people that Michelle Bachmann and John Thune are trying to protect, they're getting a $330,000 tax cut on average if this goes through. They're the ones they're protecting, not some carpet layer or a plumber and his brother. What a crock of crap that is. They are unreal, man.